Okay, let's start off with these high frequency words. The first word that I have is could. Point to and say the word could with me. Could. The word could is spelled C-O-U-L-D. Spell it with me. C-O-U-L-D. Let's look at the picture. A house could be built with logs or it could be built with other materials. The second word we have is live. Say it with me. Live. The word live is spelled L-I-V-E. Spell it with me. L-I-V-E. In this picture, there are many places to live in this city, and we know it is a city. It has lots of buildings, tall buildings, small buildings, but a lot of buildings. The next word is one. Say it with me. One. You spell one, O-N-E. Spell it with me. O-N-E. This is a picture of one hut, and there is one room in this hut. All right, then we have the word then. Point to the word then and say it with me. Then. The word then is spelled T-H-E-N. Spell it with me. T-H-E-N. If we look at this picture, we can see first the children open the door, then they go out. Our last word is the word three. Point to it and say it with me. Three. The word three is spelled T-H-R-E-E. Spell it with me. T-H-R-E-E. In this picture, it shows the word three. There are three, 1, 2, 3 people in this tent. All right, we're going to look for those words in our story today called Staying Afloat. Our story today is a fantasy story. Remember, a fantasy story is a story that does not really happen. It's a made-up story. Like I see this mouse here, and he's got on a scarf and clothes. I don't know if those are sunglasses or goggles. I don't know, but and he's looks like he's on a boat. But in real life, we do not see a mouse walking around on his 2 feet with striped shirt and blue pants and a scarf to match. He is cute though. Staying Afloat is written by Vita Jimenez and illustrated by Gaia Bird. I don't know how to say that last name. Chia. That is an interesting name. Okay, let's take a look at our story. This is Sam. This is Sam's boat. The boat is his house. Sam likes to live, high frequency word, on a boat. He likes to float here and there. Okay, so I didn't see any, I did see the high frequency word live. So Sam lives on a boat in the river, and the boat is made, it looks like a plastic jug. This kind of reminds me of when I pour milk out of a big plastic jug. Sam likes to relax on his boat. He's over here drinking his lemonade with his sunglasses, and he likes to float from place to place. I already have met my first character, Sam, and I can tell that the setting where the story takes place is, it looks like it's in the country. Remember we saw on our high frequency words, the big buildings. I don't see a lot of buildings. So I'm going to say this is in the country and on water, like a river or a lake. And there's a boat, and there's Sam, and he lives on the boat. Again, we know that this is a fantasy story because over here on page 3, we see Sam. He's living on a boat. I mean, he has his boat all decorated. He's got curtains and lamps, and I mean, he has a little plate and table. He's drinking lemonade over here. He's put a fresh cut lemon on his lemonade. And so this is not something that a mouse really does in real life. So this is clearly a fantasy story. The wind blows. Sam likes to go fast on his boat. Down the river he floats. Sam sees Bob. Hi, Bob, says Sam. What is that? It will be a boat, says Bob. Can you help me? Oh, exciting. We have a new friend. We meet another mouse and his name is Bob. I think that Bob and Sam are already friends. Over here, look, they are waving and they're smiling at each other. I think they already know each other. I definitely feel like they're friends. So Sam, he likes when the wind blows because it makes the boat go fast. See, a scarf is flying back. It's going a little fast on his boat. He floats down the river and he sees his friend Bob, another character in our story. And Bob, he's got these materials right here because he's building a boat. And he asks his friend Sam for help. So Bob, he already has his materials and his tools to build a boat, but he hasn't built it yet. So that's why he kindly asked his little friend Sam for help with the boat. Yes, says Sam, this will be fun. Bob and Sam make the boat. Will it float? Asks Sam. Yes, it will, says Bob. Let's go. Jump in when I say go. Bob says 1, high frequency word, 2, 3, another high frequency word, go. Sam jumps in. Bob jumps in. Then, a high frequency word, the waves jump in. Oh, I'm a little nervous about those waves. But Sam helps Bob make a boat out of recycled cardboard. He and Bob try it out. They put the boat in the river and jump into the boat. But waves jump in too, and I'm so worried. Oh, I am so worried because I know the boat is made out of like a box. And if the waves get in the boat, I'm afraid that the box might sink. I hope not. Ooh, I'm getting a little worried here. Bob's boat is going down. Bob falls out, but Sam can help. Oh, they're worried too. Look at their faces. Thank you, Sam, says Bob. You're a good pal. So waves splash on the boat. It starts to sink. Bob falls out. And Sam tosses him a life preserver. Right here, this is like a float to keep above water. And he pulls him to safety. He uses that little float to pull him to be safe on the land here. Their friends are back on the land, but like I thought, Bob's boat, it sinks. So the boat goes down and Bob falls out and Sam throws him that float. And I think that Bob actually likes Sam even more because right here, he tells him, you are a good pal. Like you are like not just my friend, you're like my best friend. They're good friends. Okay, next page is going to start us off with a high frequency word. Could you help me again? Says Bob. With what? Sam asked. Now I'm looking at these pictures and it didn't say what, but I'm thinking Sam is going to help him build a better boat made of plastic so it doesn't sink. Can we make a new boat? Says Bob. Yes, says Sam. Let's try again. Oh, so Bob asked Sam to help him build another boat. This time, Bob is thinking of a boat made out of a plastic jug like his. And Bob and Sam, they work hard to make a better boat. And, you know, I think it is a better boat because it's like Sam's boat. And Sam, he goes sailing a lot. And so he knows that that boat is safe and it won't sink. So we have our characters. We have Sam and Bob, and we know the story takes place in the country on the water. Um, when we think about our sequence of events, let's go back to the beginning to see what happens first in the story. And first, we meet Sam, and he's living on his boat, living the life. And then next, Sam floats down the river and he sees his friend Bob. Uh, Bob was wanting to make a boat too. Obviously, Sam's having a lot of fun on his boat. And then Sam helps Bob make a boat out of recycled cardboard, but the boat sinks. So they have to help each other, help them out of the water. Finally, Sam and Bob make a new boat. And of course, I felt like I learned from looking at the drawing on page 10 that Bob has plans to make the new boat. And Bob needs Sam to help him make a new boat. But I think the boat will definitely float this time because it looks like it's made of plastic like Sam. So that's kind of what I predict. I think that everybody's going to be A-okay in the new boat. So make sure you read your story before you try to take the AR test and think about your characters, the setting, and the sequence of events. Maybe even act out the story. Go and tell somebody at home about the story. Tell them all about it so that you can remember and think about it in your brain. When you are like Miss Lewis, like a teacher, and you teach somebody about the story, it helps you remember. So go tell somebody about this story, Staying Afloat.